affirms commitment to operationalizing Sokoto State Hajj Airport. The Forestry government activates emergency response against meningitis. The Forestry government has intensified effort to curb the outbreak of the meningitis. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to NTA News. I am Abdul Hakim Ahmad Yaqub. The Forestry government has intensified effort to curb the outbreak of meningitis with the activation of emergency response mechanism. The Forestry meningitis through strengthening surveillance and coordinated response to strategize across the state. This is contained in a statement issued by the Ministry Public Relations Officer Suleiman Isa. According to the statement, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nafisa Muhammad Maradun, disclosed this during a preparedness and response meeting convened to activate the Public Health Emergency Operations Center at the Polio Emergency Center in Gusau, the state capital. She stressed the need to strengthen surveillance and reporting system across all 40 local government areas, directing that surveillance officers be fully deployed with health facilities to ensure early detection and prompt response to suspected cases. Represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Rilwana Musa Zulmi, the Commissioner affirmed government commitment to enhancing the disease monitoring and rapid response mechanism. In his remark, the State Coordinator of the World Health Organization, Dr. Raji Mukhtar, called on improved accountability among surveillance officers, particularly in data reporting, while assuring continued support in data collection, analysis, and early dissemination. The students of government girls' college in Zamfara State have benefited from a sanitation and health intervention aimed at improving their well-being and learning environment. The initiative involved the renovation of toilet facilities and a menstrual hygiene sensitization program for the students. The project, executed under a Personal Community Development Service (CDS), also featured the distribution of sanitary material to support girls' health needs. Correspondent Patrick Rufus has more on the report.
The intervention focused on upgrading the school's toilet facilities, which were previously in a dilapidated condition. The renovation has provided a cleaner and safer environment, promoting better hygiene practices among the students. In addition to the physical upgrade, a sensitization session on menstrual hygiene was organized for the female students. The program educated them on proper hygiene during menstruation and emphasized the importance of maintaining personal cleanliness. The session also addressed the safe use and disposal of sanitary materials, while encouraging open discussions to break the cultural stigma often associated with menstruation. As part of the outreach, sanitary pads were distributed to the students to support their menstrual health and reduce absenteeism linked to lack of access to hygiene products. The project was spearheaded by Peace Dibal Yohana, who stressed the importance of combining infrastructure development with health education. School authorities and beneficiaries have commended the initiative, describing it as timely and impactful in improving the overall well-being of the students. In Gusau, Patrick Rufus, NTA News.
The airlift of pilgrims for the 2026 Hajj exercise is set to commence on 18th April, marking the beginning of the movement of the entering pilgrims from different parts of the world to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The first batch of the pilgrims is expected May 21st. Pakistan is among the first countries to begin the airlift of the pilgrims, while the Indonesia is scheduled to commence its operation from April 22nd. In West Africa, Nigeria is expected to begin the airlift of its pilgrims toward the end of April. Meanwhile, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is finalizing flight schedule from various departure centers across the country to ensure a smooth and successful operation. The Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development announced that the Sokoto Hajj Airport is set to become operational ahead of 2026 Hajj pilgrimage. Minister Festus Keyamo reaffirmed this commitment during the meeting with Sokoto State. Keyamo highlighted Sokoto's importance for Hajj operation and assured that relevant agencies are working to meet necessary infrastructure and operational requirements. He directed officials to identify and address potential bottlenecks. Governor Aliyu said the airport project is 90% completed, funded by the state government, with 5 aircraft being acquired. He appealed for expedited approval to operationalize the airport for 2026 Hajj exercise. The ministry remains committed to enhancing aviation infrastructure under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. The Nigerian armed forces say they will neither retreat nor surrender until the peace is restored in the northeast and other parts of the country affected by insecurity. Nigeria's Minister of Defense, General Christopher Gobin Musa, reiterated this during an operational visit to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital. Correspondent Pauline Kuji has the move on the report.
Accompanied by the Minister of State for Defense, Mohammed Bello Matawale, and other senior military officers, General Christopher Gwabin Musa was received in Maiduguri by the Theatre Commander, Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadinkai, the General Officer commanding 7th Division, and Sector 1 Commander Ogochukwu Onachukwu, alongside other top-ranking officers. The Defense Minister told the Deputy Governor of Borno State that the visit was aimed at assessing the resurgence of Boko Haram and ISWAP attacks, particularly on soft target, as well as commiserating with the government and people of the state over recent security challenges. He called on residents to remain resilient and continue to provide credible information to security agencies to help curb the renewed threats. The Deputy Governor, Umar Usman Katafur, acknowledged the gallantry of troops in repelling recent attacks in Maiduguri and commended the federal government for its sustained support to Borno State in difficult times.
Commend the President for the support that they have given you people to ensure our nation is secure.
General Musa also visited the palace of the Shehu of Borno, where he reaffirmed the federal government's unwavering commitment to ending insurgency. The Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbe El-Amin El-Kanami, appreciated the continued support of the federal government and assured that the traditional institution will sustain its cooperation with security agencies for lasting peace.
My district has maintained very cordial relationship with the officers and men working at the local government level.
Following a closed-door meeting with senior military officers at the Command and Control Center, the Defense Minister described the visit as strategic and pathway to achieving lasting success in ongoing operations.
Defeat is temporal, victory is forever. We are going to be victorious. As we are winning, we'll continue to move. All those ones that keep on speaking bad about Nigeria, Nigeria is greater than everybody. This is a blessed country.
The minister later inaugurated renovated quarters for senior non-commissioned officers and personnel below the rank of corporal, project he personally initiated and funded. He also addressed troops on the front line, urging them to intensify their efforts in the fight against insurgency and to remain committed to duty, especially in light of the federal government's recent upward review of soldiers' welfare. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
With this report from our Borno Network Center, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, let's look at the major highlight. The President government has intensified effort to curb outbreak of meningitis with the activation of emergency response mechanism. We also brought to you that the airlift of pilgrims for the 2026 Hajj exercise worldwide is expected to commence on April this year. Pakistan is among the countries to begin its airlift, while Nigeria is expected to begin airlift on the end of April this year. That has been the news. Thank you for watching. Good night and assalamu alaikum.